Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm here at the Hopewell baseball and softball fields to take a look at this brand new 2023 Aston Martin DBX. This is Aston Martin's SUV, Lunar White, all Oxford tan interior. So we're going to look this over, see what this DBX is bringing to this highly competitive super SUV segment. So let's dig in. All right, the front end of this DBX, Lunar White is the color. The Aston Martin badge on the front of the hood. That oh so familiar Aston Martin grille, looking good. We have LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED turn signals, functional side air curtains, which are inside the turn signal area, which I think is a really cool design cue. Functionality on the grille, top and bottom, looking good. Up on top of the hood, we have functional heat extractors to get that hot air out of the engine bay. Really good looking front end on this DBX. All right, the wheel and tire package on the DBX, we have a 22-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, gloss black, silver accents, the Aston Martin badge on the center cap. We have ventilated and rotors, as well as large front brake calipers that have the Aston Martin name on them, which looks really good. And I'm glad they didn't put some wild color on the brake calipers, kept it understated. I think it looks good with the white that way. Now, these 22-inch wheels are wrapped in Pirelli Scorpion Zero all-season tires, 285 on the width of 40 series sidewall 22s, but when we go to the back, we go even wider. We go 325 on the width of 35 series sidewall 22s. This vehicle is all-wheel drive. All right, the full side profile on the DBX SUV, I think it has really good proportions. It has that low slung roof that's really, really nice, the way it curves back into the rear tailgate, rear roof spoiler area. We have flattened out door handles, which look cool. Obviously, we have the Aston Martin design language on this vehicle. I think they do a really good job, especially with this ground up design here for the DBX. They didn't borrow it from some other car company. They designed this and built it from the ground up, so it drives like an Aston Martin, which is even better. And I do love the way they have that body line that swoops down from the fender vent on the front fender and then right along the bottom of the door line and disappears into the wheel well. Looks really good, and the white really accentuates those body lines. Moving in closer, as you can see, we have this brushed aluminum chrome trim right here, and then there's that fender vent. It's going to channel air right across the tires, keep those brakes and rotors cool. Side view mirrors, color matched side view mirror, LED turn signals, 360-degree cameras. There are those flattened off door handles on the front and back door. The fuel filler cap on a DBX is on the right side. There's that roof spoiler coming off the back, looking good. Up top, we have a brushed aluminum roof rails, and then we have the panoramic roof. All right, the rear end of this DBX, love the roof spoiler coming off the top, like the design of those LED taillights and turn signals, the way they come up and across right here. It looks really good. Aston Martin emblem, Aston Martin script underneath that. Functional chrome dual exhaust tips with venting, which looks even better. We do have some gloss black around the license plate area, but overall a really nice looking rear end. And of course, they didn't put a rear wiper on the DBX. I think it would have ruined everything on the back, so I'm glad they omitted it. Let me know what you guys think. All right, we're under the hood of this DBX, and what are we looking at for a power plant? We have a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, 542 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. The DBX can tow up to 5,940 pounds. MPGs 14 in the city, 20 on the highway. The engine's minimum octane rating is 93, so you'll need to use super unleaded fuel. As we come in closer to the engine, you can see we have the strut tower braces going across the vehicle and then also into the firewall of the vehicle as well to really stiffen up this front end. You have that twin turbo V8 emblem, and then down below you have the hand built in Great Britain as well. So a really nice touch here in the engine bay of this DBX. All right, before we get into the interior of this DBX, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much am I going to have to lay out for a super SUV? Well, the good news is this DBX is one of the least expensive super SUVs on the market compared to Bentley Bentayga, Lamborghini Urus, Rolls-Royce Cullinan. So let's give you the breakdown. So base price for this 2023 DBX V8, before options, $192,400. Now this DBX has 4 options on it, which makes it one of the least optioned DBXs I've seen. So we have to add in an additional $3,000 for the contemporary leather color. We have to then add another $2,000 for the contemporary carpet color. Then we add another $2,200 for the contrast stitching, and then another $2,300 for the 22-inch sport gloss black wheels. We then have to add in destination and delivery of $3,086 from Aston Martin's St. Athan, United Kingdom assembly plant, and we have a total MSRP for this vehicle of $204,986. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator with some aluminum finish around them. The carpeted Aston Martin floor mats are in here. Probably would have liked to seen something that said Aston Martin. I don't know, let me know what you think. Door sill plate, looking good. Aston Martin DBX, hand-built in Great Britain to welcome you to the vehicle. Looks really nice. Seats, power seats, obviously with lumbar and 3 memory seat settings. And this adjusts your side bolstering to more firm or more relaxed, depending on how you like it. And you got the same action for the front passenger. And then we have the all Oxford tan Bridge of Weir leather with the white stitching. Nice bolstering, nice and comfortable, one-piece back. The Aston Martin logo embossed into each headrest. Looks beautiful, and of course this entire interior is done by hand. Door panel, of course, leather all over the door panel. All the same color, all Oxford tan. Keeps it clean and simple with the white stitching. Brushed aluminum on the door handle and on in and around the armrest, which is nice. We do have some gloss black down below on the door panel, but that's really kind of out of the way. Kind of a skinny door pocket and your standard speaker system in this Aston Martin DBX. Leather up top on the dash with the stitching, looking beautiful. Heat and air vent over to the side, and as we open this up, we have a nice large glove box. Here is our center stack. We have the engine push button start right up top. I'll zoom on in so you can see that better. And then your push button for the 9-speed automatic transmission. Underneath that, you have a fully integrated 10-inch Aston Martin infotainment screen, wired Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto compatibility. That's a bummer. Unfortunately, Aston Martin, when they signed their contract with Daimler-Benz, when Daimler bought some of Aston Martin, they got Mercedes-Benz's older generation infotainment system. It's behind the times now, but believe me, the one Aston had before this was a whole heck of a lot worse. So this is a major upgrade. Now, when we go to reverse, you can see we have a beautiful backup camera with trajectory, with our 360-degree view with our trajectory. We can go ahead and change our camera views over here on this side of the display. So you can get a different view if you would like. We'll go back into Park, and that goes back to our navigation. Everything on this infotainment system is run by this dial on the center stack. So I find it easiest to go to your home button first. That takes you back, and then with the dial you can say I want my navigation, I want my radio, I want my media, I want to Bluetooth my phone, I want to connect. And then we got our vehicle settings, system settings. So you can go through this with the dial, and it's pretty easy. And I think you get used to it. So we want to Bluetooth our phone. We want to go to the Aston Martin Connect services. If your phone is plugged into the USB-A, it'll turn on your Apple CarPlay. So you're all set there, but unfortunately we don't have Android Auto. So if you're going to buy an Aston Martin, make sure you got an iPhone. And then we can go to our media, we can look in there, we can go to our Bluetooth, and I have my phone connected right now, so it'll take us in there and play whatever track I have right now on here. So that's nice and easy. We go back to home again, we can go to our radio, we can look at our Sirius XM. My wife loves 80s on the 8s, so I have it set to 80s on the 8s. So that looks good. We go back there, and then we could go to our navigation and just hit select, and then we're back to the navigation menu. So it is going to be a little bit more cumbersome if you're used to a touch screen, but it is fairly simple to use overall. Down below, 2 heat and air vents. Then we have our hard controls for our temperature right here on this side, and on this side, fan speed and where you want the air to go. My apologies if the air conditioning is smacking into the camera right now, but it is pretty hot out today. We can set it on auto. We can go to our climate menu by hitting that button. Now our climate menu comes up, and we can then adjust things from the screen if we would like. So that's a nice touch. And then we can turn that off, and then we got our max defrost and recirc. Down here we have 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger. Lock and unlock the car. Doors are right here, so that's nice. As we come down further, we have, this is where you put your key. Right there, here's your volume that you're going to adjust. And then we have our 4-way hazards, drive modes, up and down. We'll go through those when we look at the dash. We can lower our Aston, hill descent control, turn off the display. That is our lane keep assist, auto engine stop start on off. I'm going to rock with that off. Parking sensors and parking cameras. And then we come down here, we have a little pad to rest your wrist while you fool around with the dial. Then we have 2 cup holders with a nice trim ring. The Aston Martin key fob, they used to be nicer than they are now, but we have lock, unlock, pop the tailgate. Nice and light, Aston Martin on the side. There you go. And then you have your center armrest, which looks like it's one of those Bombay door openers. Nope, you just hit this button and lift up, and it all comes up in one. And then we have an area for storage. We have a 12-volt and SD card, 2 USB-As, and as you can see, I have a USB-A to USB-C adapter in one right now, so I could plug in my phone since my phone's USB-C, and those are about $5 a piece for an adapter. Aston Martin steering wheel. We have a flat bottom wheel, Bridgerwear leather, nice 10 and 2 notches, nice brushed aluminum trim ring on the horn button with your Aston Martin badge. Looks good. Big paddles right here to go up and down this 9-speed auto, and they're hooked up to the steering column, so you'll always know where they are, which is a nice touch. Flat black on the switchgear, telephone, voice commands on the left with your cruise control, and your speed limiter right there. You turn that on, and the car automatically won't let you go over the speed limit. So in case you want to get worried about getting nailed by the coppers, you want to turn that on, but I'm going to leave that off. On the right side here, you have your controls for your 12-inch digital dash and your volume for your sound system, as well as the home button for your digital dash as well. We do have, Aston Martin has a electric tilting and telescoping wheel, so they got you covered there. as far as the wheel goes, and it's really nice and easy to get out. It's a nice big cabin cockpit here for the driver, and it's nice and easy to get out, no doubt. As we move over to our stalks right here, this is basically our windshield washer and directional. And then down here on the left, down below, and it's angled down. I'll try to give you a better angle of this. Here we go. We can adjust our headlights, turn on and off our fog lamps, brighten and dim the dash, electronic parking brake. As we come on up to our dash, we do have, as you can see, our 12-inch TFT dash display. Now, if you want to go through your drive modes, you can just go to your center stack, hit your drive mode button. We have Sport Plus, Sport, GT, Individual, Terrain, and Terrain Plus. That automatically is going to adjust the ride height of your Aston Martin for you as well, and then adjust everything else to meet the terrain you want to go on. We're going to go back to Sport Plus for our drive today, and everything goes red, so that's a nice touch. Now, we do have more digital display here where we can go through additional information you may want to see. Up here, say I want that, I push enter, and now I get that. And then when I push that, I can go into additional information on a submenu, which is a nice touch. So then if I want to go back to home, I can go to my navigation. I can get my navigation up here, go back to home. I can get my radio or media up here, or my phone up here, or assistance or service information up here in the center. Now, if I push home and then push the right arrow on my steering wheel and then hit the up and down OK button, I can get other information on the right side of the display. So that is a very, very nice touch by Aston there. So it's a pretty versatile TFT display dash, and I really, really like it. Let me know what you guys think. Overhead console on the DBX, you have LED dome lighting. You don't have to do anything. Just leave everything off, and when you open the door, the lighting will come on. Close the door, the lighting will dim out. Now, our panoramic roof, here's the button for the shade. You pull it down, and the shade will open and go all the way back over the rear seat passengers, just like that, but you cannot open the glass. It's just a panoramic glass roof, no open, and so close the shade, you push that button up, and then the shade will come back over. I would love to see an actual moonroof in here, not just a glass roof. Let me know what you guys think about that. And then we have our sun visor with vanity and lighting, and it doesn't slide because we have a secondary sun visor behind it that will pop out and cover up the side sun. And we can put that back in, put that back up, and we're good to go. Getting in the back seat of the Aston Martin DBX. You just pop right in. We do have a sloped roof, but there's plenty of room to get in. If you're probably taller than me, 5'11", you probably have to duck, but plenty of leg room, plenty of shoulder width room, plenty of headroom, one back seat all the way down with the leather. We have a small seat pocket behind each front seat. And then in the back, we have a bit of a command center going on right here. We have rear climate. We have 2 heat and air vents. We also have 3-stage heated seats for both rear seat passengers, and then 2 USB-A's. And again, I have one of those USB-A to USB-C adapters plugged in, so you can plug in a C if you want. And again, like I mentioned earlier, $5 a piece for those adapters, no problem. But we also have our heat and air vents and the B-pillars, which I like, and then all that nice brushed aluminum look on the door handles. Look really, really nice. Rear door panel, same as the front, all that Oxford tan Bridge of Weir leather all over the place. Here's that front door panel looking good. Here's the back door panel looking the same, really nice. Back seats, again, same nice leather with the embossed Aston Martin logo. Contrast white stitching all the way down. Nice and comfortable too. Center armrest, 2 cup holders, semi-soft, but I would like to see the cup holders go this way so you have more room to put your arm right here, because that's not a lot of room to get your elbow down, especially if you have a fat arm. So I get the idea, but I like it better the other way. Let me know what you guys think about that. But overall, it's a really nice, comfortable place to be here in the back of this DBX. Getting in the cargo area of the DBX, you can pop the tailgate from your key fob or from the dash, or come to the back right above the license plate area. Boom, there's a button. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down right here. And now with the rear seats up, you're looking at 22.5 cubic feet of cargo space. Looks bigger than I think it is, just because the rear haunches are so wide and thick, it intrudes a little bit on your cargo space. And we have this Bridge-A-Weir leather tonneau cover, which is removable, which I think will open up some space for you as well. On the left, you can lower and raise the rear end of your DBX to make things easier to load into the car. On the right, you can drop the back row right here. And then underneath here, you have an LED light, and then upside down, like on the ceiling, is your 12 volt for power. Well, that's an odd place to put it. Underneath here, we have a fix-a-flat and our weirdo spare. Now, to drop these rear seats, we'll hit the button on the left. Down it goes. On the right, down it goes. And now when you drop the rear seats, you're looking at 54 cubic feet of cargo space in this DBX. So let me know what you think. Here is our DBX window sticker. So we'll zoom on in, give you all the deal. Standard features on the left, including, of course, your all-wheel drive and rear electric limited slip diff. Adaptive damping, triple chamber air compression, air suspension air compression. What an idiot. And then our options. Total MSRP, fuel economy, made in St. Athan, UK. Of course, let's take her out for a spin. The road in this 2023 DBX Sport Plus, obviously. It is very firm in Sport Plus, just like it should be. Really responsive on the dampers. Really takes the turns nicely. Great tight steering, as you would expect from any Aston Martin product. Great visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror. Rear window, a little small. We have blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz in this DBX. So they got you covered for safety features, of course, with the 360-degree view cameras as well. So that's a help. As far as your driving safety goes, you certainly don't want to hit anything in this expensive vehicle. It's really well sound deadened in here as well, because you got a pretty good exhaust note from this DBX, and it just, you know, feels really good, and you don't hear that exhaust that loudly like we did when we drove the Vantage F1 edition. So they really have this deadened well. You don't get a lot of road noise. You don't get a lot of wind noise from what I can tell so far. Come up here and do an emergency stop. In 3, 2, 1. Throws out the anchor, stops on a dime, no problem. Now we'll take off. Down the road we go, no problem. Piece of cake. Down the hill, on the brakes. Nicely done. It stays so well planted to the road. Just body roll, forget about it, non-existent. Back to the right, back to the left. You just point this car where you want it to go, and it goes enthusiastically, and just no roll at all in the body. Aston has done a masterful job tuning the chassis here, really making this thing fantastic vehicle as far as taking it out on the weekend and just whipping it around. The other thing that's good about it is it's an SUV. It's got all-wheel drive, so all-season tires with stick, so you can drive this all year round. You can daily drive this easily all year round, and just have fun with it on the weekends as well. Maybe join the local Aston Martin club, have a blast. You never know. It's just so easy to drive. We'll do a turning radius. This is 20.35 feet. This thing, let's see how it does. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Not bad. Not bad. Could be a little bit better, but not bad at all. Turning this baby around like a big dog, screeching little tires, having fun, feeling good. Walking tall. And down the road we go. Nice and confident. The only thing you're going to really suffer with is the gas mileage. But if you're going to buy a car like this, I don't think you can have to worry about gas mileage, because it's going to stink. But it's a twin turbo V8. What do you expect, right? So I'm not going to criticize the vehicle for that. That's not what this is made for. This is a super SUV. This is to go out on the road, kick butt, take names, take pink slips from other people's cars. I mean, that's what this is meant for, to hoon around on the weekend, have a lot of fun at the same time. All right, we're going to see how this goes in manual, see how this shifts. 3, 2, 1. You know what? It clicks off very nicely. How about the downshifts? And they click off real nice as well. I don't think you can complain. It feels really good, performs really well. So let me know what you guys think. If you're in the market for one of these high-end super SUVs, is the Aston Martin DBX one of those forgotten ones that you may want to check out? Let me know what you think about it, because, you know, right now the Urus is totally hot. Can't get one of those on a dealer lot. They're non-existent. Bentega's more money than this by far. Bentayga Speed going to be 100,000 more than this, maybe even a little bit more than that. And then you got the Cullinan, which is going to be $450,000 to $500,000. I mean, that's crazy money. If you don't think this is crazy money, so it's just one of those things. If you're in this kind of game, you want to have big action. Is the DBX kind of that understated super SUV that maybe you should take a look at? Let me know what you think in the comments. Or let me know if you're going to plunk down a lot more money and go somewhere else for your super SUV needs. But I want to thank all of you for watching this video today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.